Mark.
Good. How are you?
Great.
Is this camera? Can we like if I get? We're gonna do some interviews when they come off the track. Like where's the spot like you can spin where it's not gonna interfere with anything?
Y'all gonna be?
It'll be before the end of basically it'll be before the end of the track. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say a point.
I think so.
Is that something you do or?
Yeah, I can do that.
You think so?
I'll make it work.
All right. We told we're gonna do right in about here.
I'll make it work.
Okay. If you're right here, it might work.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yep, got it, Jason.
Allie, is that better, or I'll just let me know? I'll just jump down. I didn't hear you, Allie. Gotta hold the button before you talk.
We are ready to rock and roll.
How about you guys over there on the pit side? Yeah, there we go. Pit side's ready to go.
Heck yeah, we are rip-roaring and ready to go. The biggest pull we've ever had here. We're pushing 60 hooks here tonight. We got some of the best modified tractors and two-wheel drive trucks in the country. Diesel pickups. Going to be an awesome night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be done by 10, so y'all can go over and watch Tyler Booth over there. Going to put on a great show on the main stage. My name is Ron Stone. I am your announcer of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. I'm going to be introducing Kurt Van Beek, the owner of the Outlaws, here in just a moment to do the prayer. And also world-renowned announcer Dan Mayer out of Louisville, Kentucky. But before we do that, we always do this at an Outlaw Pull, folks. We always recognize our veterans. Do we have any veterans in the crowd? Please stand up. Military members currently serving, please remain standing. If you can't stand, please raise your hand. Police officers, firefighters, first responders, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, give these folks a round of applause. These folks put their lives on the line for us as their daily job. It's how they go to work. It's just something they do. They put their lives on the line for us, and we wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't be safe if it wasn't for them. So thank you very much. So in saying that, I'd like to introduce now Kurt Van Beek, the owner of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers. Please rise, folks, and uncover, and he will be doing our prayer.
Thank you for coming to Lufkin, Texas with us. Would you pray with me? Lord, we just ask to give each of these competitors a safe better to pass out the track tonight and bring each of these fans to the final destination safely. We pray that we may all come to love you because of your great love that you gave to us in your Son, Jesus Christ. We pray in his name. Jesus' sake. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as Ron Stone will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give a nice round of applause. Ron Stone with our national anthem here this afternoon. Head-to-head matchups here.
Head-to-head.
Four of the classes you're going to see here tonight. Not going to be this Pro Farm class, I do not believe.
Right.
But we will start with the modified here tonight. Not going to be this Pro Farm class, I do not believe.
Right.
But we will start with the modified tractors. Will be our first head-to-head competition here. And like you say, if you sign up here tonight, fans, $20 for free. You play for nothing.
$20 of play money. They're giving you $20 of play money for going online and betting. Now, you said first class we're not betting on, but if they go on right now, they have time to bet on that second class, because we will be betting on that modified tractor division, which is the second class tonight.
Absolutely. And, of course, you fans out there listening on Facebook as well as YouTube, we're going to be with you for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to turn you loose. And you got to come to Full Pull Live, subscribe with us, and you can watch all the action here tonight. And, Ron, looks like we're ready to roll here tonight.
Yeah, first puller, Larry Jester out of White Wright, Texas. 9,000-pound hot farm.
All right, fans, now by a show of hands, how many of you folks have been here in Lufkin here the last 4 years? All right, we've got a bunch of newbies here tonight. All right, well, good to see you all out here. And what a show we have got for you here tonight. Now, fans, track length here tonight with the Outlaws, 360 feet long, approximately 40 feet wide, or as wide as your normal two-lane highway. You'll notice the white lines each side of the track. Any portion of that pulling vehicle touches those white lines, you'll be out of bounds.
Yeah, 340.43 for Larry Jester out of White Wright, Texas, the trial and error Ford. Taking the first shot there. That Schaefer oil barrel there with the checkered flag sticking out of the top of it. That's our leader mark. They want to try to get the front of the sled, the buckboard of the sled, that is the furthest point forward on the sled, past that mark. Now, that's just a point of reference out there. All of our measurements here done via GPS. So 340.43 feet for Larry Jester and his Ford called Trial and Error leading us off.
So let's talk about this Pro Farm class. Now, fans, the sport of pulling, the only motorsport where weight is an advantage. You go over the drag strip, you want to be as light as possible. Not in the sport of pulling, you want to be right at that maximum weight. So what are we weighing in here for the Pro Farms here tonight, Ron?
9,000 pounds is what these hot farms out of Texas. This class is from the Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. They're pretty close to our 8,500 Light Limited Pro. Of course, they are 500 pounds heavier, and they call it Hot Farm here in the Lone Star State.
Okay, so cubic inches, turbo underneath the hood, what are we looking at?
Ooh, I'm thinking 466 is where we're at. I don't have the rules for the class for the Texas group, but I'm pretty sure it's 466 or 470, that little bit of percentage over.
All right, so this first class here, the Pro Farm Tractors, representing the Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association here tonight. We do have quite a few of their members here tonight intermingled here with our Outlaw show as well. Glad you fans have decided to join us here. Beautiful Friday night here in Lufkin, Texas. And Ron, tell us about this whole effort here. Why is everybody here? What is the end game here?
Well, it's a big party, Dan. Did you see everybody?
I've seen that part already.
I mean, we've got semi-drag racing going on. We've got a truck and car show going on up yonder. We've got Tyler Booth playing live tonight on the main stage. We've got Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling both nights. I mean, that's what we call a party down here in Texas, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I know what you're getting at, Dan. You're talking about why we're doing it, what this benefits. Of course, the guys, the promoters down here, Josh Birch and Ronnie Kelly, Kelly's Truck Parts, these guys are patriots, and they want to do what they can for our veterans. There is an organization called Mission 22, and what that stands for is it represents the number of our veterans that commit suicide every day in this country, an average of 22 a day. That's 22 too many.
Yes.
And we want to curb that number. We want to eliminate that number. And that's what Mission 22 does. That's what the Wyankin Foundation does. And 100% of the proceeds from this weekend here at Draggin Pullin in the Pines goes to those two fine organizations to combat veteran suicide. All right, next puller is Alan Sandberg. He out of Anson, Texas. Case, we got any Case fans out there? Here comes the Iron Eagle.
Oh, we've got a power track here tonight, fans, in Lufkin, Texas. You can see that already. Just a second tractor down the track here tonight, and we are already hurting for horsepower here tonight.
Yeah, and you could bet those modified tractor guys are paying attention to what the track's doing with these hot farms right now. 320.16. 320.16 the distance for Alan Sandbothy and the Iron Eagle case. Comes up short of the Ford of Larry Jester, so trial and error still in that top spot for right now.
All right, fans, so you see right now the scraper and roller team out on the track. They're going to do their best all evening long here, try to keep this track as consistent for all these competitors. We'll scrape that track in, we'll fill the holes in, then we'll pack it down nice and tight with that wobble wheel roller. Like you say, for each and every competitor. That's the end game. We want to make sure this track is equal for all these competitors in that particular class.
A big thanks to Case IH, the title sponsor of the Outlaws. Case IH, the maker of Farmall, the one for all since 1923, now for 101 years. Farmall has been in production, made by Case IH, the one for all since 1923. Check out what can do for you at Farmall100.com. 2023 last year was the 100-year anniversary of the Farmall brand. Check them out at caseih.com or Farmall100.com. Next puller in 9,000-pound hot farm. This guy's running single turbochargers, 466 cubic inch limit. Weighing in at 9,000 pounds. Still digging. The name of the Case IH coming out right now, Keith Sutherland. Keith Sutherland and still digging. Got to get past the Ford. Larry Jester at a white right. Still in the top spot at 340.43. Only 4 tractors in this first class here. The Texas Hot Farms. Then we're going to make some noise, and I will just tell you, with 2 tractors to go here, we'll make that transition between classes. We'll add some weight to that sled because the 7,400-pound modified tractors are up next. You may want to go over to the Outlaw Souvenir Trailer back here, Diesel Power Plus, where he's got T-shirts and hats and Frosted Frog coolers and such and toys for the kids. He also has ear protection for you and the kids as well. If you're not going to get ear protection for yourself, at least get some protection for your kids. They're going to need it for the next class. Nice hook for Keith Sutherland, still digging. 335.19, going to put him in the number 2 spot. The 04 to Larry Jester still hanging on to the number 1 position for right now. So Brian Sandbothy going to be the next puller with a tractor called Red Mule out of Anson, Texas. And I'm told we have a 5th entry here. We're going to find out who that is in just a moment.
Hi, fans. Well, looks like tonight we've got one of our X Factor sleds out of Jefferson City, Missouri. They are going to have the task of stopping all this high horsepower here tonight. Looks like we got Ed Walker up in the cab here tonight. He will be our sled operator. As you can see, these competitors are already working from side to side on this track here. Now, each and every competitor will have the option where they put that sled. You can put it anywhere you want down there on the start line. There's an orange cone down there, and we will work it. And we have seen that early on in this class so far. We've gone all the way over to the left side. We've gone back over here to the right. We've worked the middle. So just about everywhere down here tonight, we will work on this track here tonight. It's a good one here in Lufkin. All right, fans, so Larry Jester, our first hook of the class, leads the way, 340.43, 340.43, as we'll take the still digging tractor back to the pit area after a good run right there. He gives us the thumbs up. Currently sitting in that number 2 spot here in our hot farm class here tonight. 9,000 pound hot farm class, the Texas Tractor and Truck Pulling Association. Beautiful evening for competition here tonight here in Lufkin as things kind of wind down over there on the drag strip here as we are up and pulling here on our 360-foot track here tonight. Outlaw Finals, fans. We're going to see champions crowned here this weekend. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Brian Sandbothy getting ready to take a shot. Comes out of Anson, Texas, the Red Mule International. Any international fans here tonight? Any Red fans? Red fans are always rowdy. I call them a rowdy Red fan.
I think it must be over on the pit side then, right?
Got to beat 340.43.
Oh, what do you think, fans? Did he get the job done here tonight? We're going to move that cone just a little bit. Working that right side of the track here tonight, fans, to perfection.
Dan, he's going to move the chains, going to push that leader mark about 10 feet up the track, 350.13. Brian Sandbothy, the Red Mule, is your number 1 tractor right now with 1 to go in the class. Next puller will be Randall Brockman, the Red Warrior, out of Ridge, Texas. Going to be the last puller in hot farm, folks. Remember, they do have ear protection back at the souvenir trailer. You're going to need it here in about 10 minutes or so. You're going to see 6,000 horsepower of Hemi on these tractors coming out here in just a little bit, and they are loud.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. We've got the Dirty Dozen here tonight, fans. We've got 12 of the top tractors in the nation here to battle it out here for the finals weekend here for the Outlaw Tractor Truck Pulling Association.
Yeah, you couldn't, if you asked for better weather, I don't think you could here. This is the most awesome weather, I think, of the year here. We're in the 80s during the day, drops down to 50s late at night. Perfect pulling weather as that sun starts to drop. We'll be in the 70s and maybe some 60s late or high 60s by the end of the event. Perfect for making horsepower. These engines love cool, dry air to make horsepower. The cooler the air, the more horsepower potential you could make. So 350.13, the mark to beat. The international tractor of Brian Sandbothy, the Red Mule, is your leader right now with 1 to go. Randall Brockman and the Red Warrior is coming up. Ditch the duels and get more with Titan International. Goodyear farm tires made by Titan. You ditch the duels and get more with LSW, low sidewall technology from Titan. Switching from standard factory duels to LSW super single tires improves your footprint by 20% and lowers your inflation pressures for improved traction and reduced compaction. Check them out at Titan International. Titan, maker of Goodyear farm tires and sponsor of the Outlaw Young Guns program.
Hey, Ron, I'm down here with Brian Sandboth right now. Just took the lead here in our hot farm class here tonight. And, Brian, we saw you went over on that right side of the track. What did you see over there that nobody else had seen over there?
Well, I thought it was a little harder. My tires work better on that side, so that's where we went.
Well, you got 1 to go here. We'll see if you can hold on to the win here tonight. What do you think?
Well, I hope so. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
All right, we're going to see if it's going to hold up here tonight for the 1486 here, fans. Brian Sandboth.
Yeah, as soon as the track is clear here, we get a tight chain. You'll see the lights on the sled go green, meaning the sled operator is ready to go. The sled is in gear. Has the box engaged. The 100-foot flagman will look up to the 300-foot flagman. The 300-foot flagman will look and make sure the track is clear at his end. He'll throw the green. And the 100-foot flagman will follow. Here we go. Green flag. It's got to beat 350.13. Randall Brockman out of Ridge, Texas. The Red Warrior.
Ron having a little bit of trouble down there trackside here. So every competitor has 2 attempts to make a measurable distance if you don't get past that 100-foot mark. And as we can see right now, we're having a little bit of trouble there just getting off the start line here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if we've gotten to that measurable distance requirement. And I'm not even sure he's even bumped the sled here, so it looks like he is having some problems. Yes. Yeah, but his night is over.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there, fans, because last hook in the class.
Yeah, that stinks. He was a late entry, obviously was testing that tractor. But hey, Brian Sandbothy going down the track here on the return road. Give him a round of applause. That is your winner, the Texas Hot Farm class. The tractor he calls the Red Mule.
Yeah, did a little bit of studying out there. Said that track was a little bit harder there over on the right-hand side. We'll see if any of these other classes will be able to follow suit here tonight.
A little follow the leader, if you will. We see that a lot in pulling, Dan.
Well, I mean, Pro Farm class, things are a little bit different. Then you'll see like the two-wheel drive, so not everything will follow, but we'll see what will happen here tonight. How about you fans over there on the pit side? You guys with us tonight? Where's our pit side fans? Oh, they're a little quiet right now. Yeah, it'll take them a little bit.
Yeah, that sun goes down. I think we're going to get a little more excitement out here. People are going to get excited. Get that big orange ball of fire down behind those trees over there on the west side. We're going to make some noise now, Dan. One of our biggest classes of the night, the modified tractors. We're talking 6,000 horsepower.
7,400 pounds, maximum weight of these tractors, and different combinations we're going to see here. We're going to see twin heavy combinations. We've got wedge-type Chevrolet style engines out there. We've got, aircraft power, different types of aircraft power, industrial power. Right. We got it.
We've got V8s. We've got 3 V8s. We've got 2 V8s. We've got twin turbines, helicopter turbines. We've got World War II V12 British V12 horsepower that's going to be out here performing tonight. And that tractor, they literally just finished tightening the last screw on it this morning. And he just put twin turbos on it. It is a Rolls-Royce V12 from World War II. It was used in Spitfire fighter aircraft in World War II. 1940s vintage with twin turbos on it. New combo for him this year, and he literally just finished it.
So let's talk about that. We got supercharging versus turbocharging. Now, supercharging, basically the supercharger sits up on top of the engine, driven by the engine's crankshaft, a big air compressor up on top of the engine. You've seen those all over the place. Turbocharging, now a little bit different, runs off the engine's exhaust, more or less another air compressor, but a different way of doing it.
Right. And the Rolls-Royce V12 we'll see in this class, Doug Voth with his Rolls-Royce tractor, it came with a supercharger. But that supercharger was designed in the late 30s, early 40s, and technology.
At Harvest, you have one goal: finding the perfect flow of grain from the field to the bin. Case IH axial flow combines are engineered for matched capacity to deliver proven grain savings, so you can